Hello everyone. Today I will be showing how to model a wavy fin in the first half of the video and how to mesh the same in the second half. Let's start with the geometry creation. The plan is to create a 2D profile of the wave pattern first and extend it to create 3-dimensional geometry. In Grid Pro, non-analytical surfaces can be created using wireframe, that is corners and edges. Control Net Surface is one of the surface creation tools which can create 3D surfaces in quad format. Let's start with the 2D profile creation. Firstly, a rectangular macro of 7x4 units is being loaded into the UI. Macro is a predefined wireframe and surfaces which can be loaded for the analytical shapes. Next, the block is split into smaller blocks using multi-insert function to define the crust and trough of the waves. Multi-insert function splits the given block into smaller blocks of equal distance. To create a wave pattern, the alternate corners of the wireframe needs to be removed. So deleting the alternate corners using R key. Next, the corners at the peak of the crust and trough needs to be translated. To do that, the corners need to be grouped first. Any corner related operation can only be executed on a corner group. So grouping those corners in separate groups. And translating them up and down for 0.3 units to form the curvature. The wireframe for one wave pattern is created. To create the other wave pattern, the existing corners can be wrapped to form the new wireframe. So grouping the corners and wrapping them to create another wave. Now that the 2D profile for the waves are created, it can be copied in third direction to create the desired surfaces. To do that, the dimension of the workspace has to be changed to 3D first. It can be done using 2D to 3D option under View menu. Copy button helps in copying the given wireframe to the desired location. These are the steps to be followed for copy operation. Let's follow the sequence. Firstly, grouping the corners in C4. Then fitting the work plane to the grouped corners using Fit1. Next, repositioning the work plane to the desired location using Define option. For this case, the required length of the fin is 20 units. Then clicking on Links and Projection option under Copy button to copy the grouped corners. Next step in the geometry creation is to address the wavy pattern in the third direction, whose parameter is called fin pitch. So splitting the blocks to define the fin pitch. And the alternate sheet of the corners need to be translated. So grouping the corners and translating them by 1 unit to define the pitch. Note that the wireframe approximately defines the desired geometry. Now the existing length of the wireframe is extended by 0.5 units on either direction in order to ensure that the boundary planes are passing through the geometry. Grouping the corresponding corners and extending it by 0.5 units using Copy button. The required wireframe is created. As mentioned before, the surfaces can be created using Control Net Surface tool, grouping the corners which define the upper and lower fin to create the desired surfaces. Corners can be grouped using A key. A key eases the process of grouping. First, select an edge or a few corners, which includes the desired corners. Next, hold the A key in the keyboard and click on an edge close to the corner, which represents the desired sheet. A key can also be used in combination with adding and subtracting faces to existing groups. The corners are grouped in C7 and C8. Opening the ControlNet surface dialog box. Entering the input corner group C8 and keeping the other parameters as default. Similarly, creating the other fin using corner group C7. Note that both the fins are created as expected. This is the end of surface creation. Let's move to the topology creation. The goal is to mesh only one oscillation of the waves using periodic topology approach. The first step is to create the boundary planes to define the outer domain for the surfaces. So I am switching to surface tab to create planes at the desired locations. Creating boundary planes at the front and rear side. Next at the top and bottom. As mentioned before, only one oscillation is going to be meshed. Hence a periodic surface needs to be created to define the translation symmetry of the surfaces. Clicking on the periodic button to open the dialog box. X-polar represents the rotational symmetry and XYZ translational symmetry. For this case, we need a translational symmetry. So XYZ periodic surface normal to y-axis with a periodicity of 2 is created. The XYZ periodic surface is represented by a plane. The boundaries of the plane represents the periodic boundaries. Saving the file before proceeding further. It is recommended to save the files often in order to avoid losing the steps if the UI crashes unexpectedly. Similar to surface creation, the topology will also be created in 2D and extended to 3D. So positioning the work plane to the current surface using center button and clipping the region before the current surface using section button for better visualization. Corners are being created around the upper fin and linking them together. Similarly, corners need to be created for the lower fin, which can be done using wrap button like it was done in the surface creation. So grouping all the corners and wrapping them with a ratio of 10%. Note that the corners representing the lower fin is created and faces are also created in between the fins. Similarly, grouping and wrapping the corners to define the region below the lower fin. Linking the corners to create faces using L key. Splitting the face and linking further. Note that every face should have 4 edges linked together. Next, the corners are grouped and wrapped to define the region above the upper fin. Faces have to be created up to the boundary planes on top and bottom. So grouping the corners and copying them to the top plane. Work plane can also be repositioned manually using handles. Click on the handles and drag it to the desired location. Similarly, creating faces up to the bottom plane. Next step is to create corners to define the periodic boundary. So grouping and wrapping the corners to define the periodic boundaries. First, for the right side periodic boundary, next for the left side periodic boundary. Now the faces are created for the cross section. It has to be copied to the other end of the fin to form blocks. So grouping and copying the faces to the desired location. Splitting the block into smaller blocks to make the gridding process faster. The required wireframe is created for the geometry. Next step is to associate these corners to its respective surfaces. Scrolling to surface ID 2, which is the upper fin. Grouping and assigning the corresponding corners to it. Next, scrolling to surface ID 3, the lower fin, and assigning the corners to it. Similarly, grouping and assigning the corresponding corners to all the planes. Switching to Surf ID 8, which is the periodic surface. Grouping the faces which represent the periodic boundaries in two different groups. Unlike other surfaces, periodic surface has to be assigned using period button. Click on the period button and select the periodic boundaries one after the other. Once selected, the opposite corners are automatically paired together. Then checking the surface assignments by scrolling through the surfaces. It is always better to check the surface assignments using check button before starting the gridding process. It helps in identifying if any extra corners are assigned. Next, splitting the longer blocks into smaller blocks. The default density of an edge is 8, but not all the edges are of equal lengths. So in order to get smooth transition grid, the density needs to be balanced. Changing the density of the longer edges using density button. Saving the file. GridPro does not require exact positioning of the blocks, but positioning it approximately closer to the surfaces decreases the convergence time significantly. Note that the surfaces are wavy, but the topology is straight. So grouping the alternate sheets and translating them by one unit to position them closer to its surface. Note that the corners are positioned close to the surface now. Saving the file. Checking the validity of the topology. Any errors in the topology can be identified using validity button. A pop-up message as shown will be displayed if there are no errors. Starting the gridding process. The process can be monitored either from the UI or from the command terminal. The grid convergence part is not shown in this video due to time constraint. Switching to grid tab and loading the grid into the UI. To view the grid cells, generate the surface grid sheets using Faces button. The grid points are smoothly positioned everywhere, including the periodic boundaries. If you want grid for the subsequent wavelengths, you don't need to build the topology again. The same grid can be translated and merged together. TRF is a post-processing tool which can transform the given grid to desired location. For this grid, each wavelength is of 2 units, hence translating the grid by 200. Loading the translated grid into the UI. Note that the translated grid is defining the adjacent wavelength. These two grids can be welded together using weld command. Loading the welded grid. Creating a cross-sectional grid sheet to ensure that the grid is welded. If welded, a single grid sheet will pass through from one end to the other like this. This ensures that the grids are welded together. This is a welded grid with 4 wavelengths. Same grid is translated and welded together. This is the top view of the grid sheets of all 4 wavelengths. TRF and weld has many more applications like this. Please refer the documentation on TRF and weld tool for more information. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.